it's Amanda here with Homeschool and Life, and thank you guys so much for tuning into our channel. Today we are going to be joining the link up with Abby from Rooted in Rest and Jessica from the Waldock Way, which we love these link ups. Lauren and I both do. We love the getting to do this once a month and interact with other homeschool mom YouTube, people just trying to help share stuff. So we're really excited about this. So their topic this month that they suggested for the community was homeschool challenges and wins for the year. So I thought that was super fitting. We've had time to take a little bit of break and just kind of reflect on the year, starting to get ready for the next year. So it's a great topic for the month of June. But before I get into kind of our challenges and wins for the year, if you guys don't care, we would love for you to subscribe to our channel. We try to post a video about once a week and being very honest on how we're planning our homeschool, what we're doing in our homeschool, how we're balancing it with our life and our multiple ages. And my friend Lauren and I do this together, and it is super fun. So subscribe to that, and then just go over and follow us on Instagram. We post there semi-regularly. We really like hanging out here on YouTube with you guys. So just wanting to get in to my personal challenges and wins for the year. What do you guys like to hear first, the challenges or the wins? How about I'll just do the challenge, because it's what's very on the top of my head. I would say for me in our homeschool life this year, my biggest challenge was adjusting, and I guess adjusting would be the right word. My kids play school sports and they're not drivers yet, and so that was a lot of shuffling on my part. So I had 3 of them going to the school, and 3 of them had a different practice time, and so that put me having to leave the house 3 times in the middle of our school day and we don't live very far from our local public school, but I mean, it's still, by the time you get your shoes on, you get out the door, you stop what you're doing, I mean, it still really disrupts your day. So we had a lot of challenges trying to adjust to that, because we homeschool in Arkansas and our children are allowed to play public school sports, which we are grateful for that rule. We live really close to the school. It's the community we live in, but it really disrupted what I'm used to for a homeschool atmosphere. And so my kids not playing was not an option, because they love it. They put in a lot of extra time, practicing, and they enjoy it. We like the kids up there. We like the coaches. Like we like the situation. So like not playing just to have more of a homeschool time was not in the cards for us. So I've had to, as a family, I wouldn't even say we have it figured out this year yet, but just what do you call it, like where I have to reset my expectations of what my day is going to look like, what it's going to look like as a family, and how it can still be quality and peaceful. And I guess I've had to adjust my vision. So that was my biggest challenge for the year. So kind of how I adapted to that was I just lost my expectations of how much I wanted to be in a group and how much peaceful I wanted it to be. And I just had to section off the kids and their time and pour into them at different times. And so towards the end, I would say things got a lot better. And I think that next year will be, I hope, better, because already for the next year, I'm going to do some things different after having this year under my belt of what that's going to look like. So I'll share more about that later, and I'm sure Lauren will have some insight on that, because she also had one playing sports. Except for I was kind of jealous of her schedule, because mine was like all during the day, and her son either was there in the morning or afternoon. But anyways, I guess it's taught me there's always a way. You just have to get creative, and you just have to do the best you can with what you have. So that was one of my biggest challenges. So we'll go to a win. And it also came from an adjustment. I would say one of our biggest wins for the season, that sounded weird, probably because we're in baseball season and all this sports stuff right now, for our homeschool year was adjusting to a book club style for literature. I told you in an earlier video that I'd messed up. My oldest is a very good reader, very good at literature, very smart, and I was just handing her like high level literature to do by herself, and that was a big mistake on my part, because she didn't have anybody to discuss it with. And I learned from my mistake. And so we kind of changed things to make it book club style, where we would assign a reading and then we would have a set time to discuss it as a group. And like even this summer, even though we're out of school for the year, like both of our daughters are even asking like, hey, are we going to continue the book club? So I felt like that was a good win and a good adjustment. So I liked that. Let me see, I kind of made you some quick notes. Another win was our Shoreman math. We've got several videos about Shoreman math, but I can't recommend it enough. It was hard but doable, and it just really took a lot off me. We love that the geometry is mixed into the Algebra 1 and Algebra 2, so they're not having to go like algebra, geometry with no algebra, then back into college algebra. So they get that geometry credit with that. So switching to that was a good switch. So that would be another win for us. Our history was a huge win, mainly because we enjoyed the time period of history we studied the best, because we talked about it. There was just so many visual resources and real news clippings. And so I'll link to our video on how we did our history. Basically, we used Knotgrass as a base, and then Lauren and I pretty much wrote the rest of our curriculum ourselves, and it was a win. So history was fun as a family. Another win, I would say, for us would be we split our read-alouds. I have seen and read where like lots of other homeschool families like they talk about the importance of, read-alouds all the way up until their kids are older, and I do think that would be fun and enjoyable, but we just didn't have the time. Because if you go back to my struggle, or my biggest challenge for the year was figuring it all out with running people to the school so much. We didn't have a set time where we could all have a nice read aloud and a snack. So I had to split everything up, which is more time on me, but it worked out because I'm getting to go back with my youngers and revisit a lot of the good books that my olders liked, and my olders are completely capable of doing their own books, and they're reading well, and they're discussing well, and they're getting things well. So splitting, that was a win, and I was forced to do it, but it ended up, just having a better homeschool atmosphere for my younger two as well. And so going back to another challenge, I'm entering the season where I am counting credits for the kids. I don't have drivers, but I have active kids who are involved of everything, and doing lots of shuffling. But I work from home. I have a couple of jobs on the side, and they take some time at home for me to work. But I am like the days that like I have a lot of work to do, I'm realizing it's really hard on our homeschool. It really is, just to be honest with you. So that has been a challenge, but it has inspired me to readjust my schedule, and I am feeling in these next few years that I just want to go all in on homeschooling. I mean, we've always been all in, but because of the new season with my workload, taking a lot longer, and the kids being more active, and the more the shuffling, people told me this season would come where the kids were just so busy, and they're right. And so I would like to get some things off of my plate so that I can give more time in our homeschool world, if that makes sense. Because when they're younger, I've always been able to do it. But now that they're getting older, when they are done and they leave my homeschool world, I don't want to have any regrets over my time management. So that would be a challenge that I am working through, and I'm excited about it. And this fall, like with the way I'm doing my schedule and everything, I'm looking forward to that. So just myself learning and putting things into perspective on what's the most important to me and what kind of decisions have to be made to do that. So there are some of my challenges and some of my wins. So I guess to sum it up, my challenge was adjusting to kids getting older and busier schedules, and the wins were my adjustments to that. And so it was a very good personal challenge for me. It was a personal challenge on how to prioritize, how to decide what's the most important to me, and how to make it all work. So I'd love to hear if any of you guys are in the same boat, doing lots of shuffling with non-drivers. But it's a fun season. And so this past couple weeks we haven't been doing school. We're done. We're ready for our summer and enjoying it. And just the couple weeks refresh already has my brain rolling about what would be the best for next year. So I'm looking forward to that. So homeschooling stretches you and it pushes you and it challenges you, but I am feeling like all of the results are for the best for me as a mother, as a friend, as our family culture. So it's good to be challenged. Just because it's hard doesn't mean you don't do it. So anyways, there is my rambling. I hope you don't mind. I talk to you like you're my friend and you're sitting right here. So I would love to just hear what your challenges were. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And if you have any questions, let us know. And we would love, if you have questions for us, we can make videos about that to answer it. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in a few days.